Today we'll be learning about the properties of translations. A transformation is a change in the size, position, location, or direction of a figure. The pre-image is the input of a transformation, which was your original figure. The image is the output of the transformation, which is your new figure. A translation is a slide so it slides the figure along a straight line. The orientation is the position of the new image compared to the pre-image, which is basically thinking of the direction that it moves. Okay, so let's look at example 1 that's already been done. So we start with figure X, Y, Z. We're going to graph the image of the triangle after a translation of 4 units right and 1 unit up. So what you're going to do is you're going to take each of the 3 points, X, Y, and Z, and you're going to move it 4 units to the right and 1 unit up. So X goes 4 right, up 1, and becomes X prime. So all new points are named with prime notation. Example, X prime. So it looks like an apostrophe. You absolutely need to put your new figure with that prime notation. So now you go to Y and you say 4 to the right, 1 up, and that's Y prime. 4 to the right and 1 up, and that's Z prime. Connect your points. Using a straight edge is best so that it's neat. And you have your translation of 4 units to the right and 1 unit up. The figure shows a parallelogram ABCD. Graph the image of the parallelogram after translation of 5 units to the left and 2 units down. You try. Okay, so let's go over the points first. So start with point A and count 5 units to the left and 2 units down. Place the point and name it A prime. Go back to B, go 5 units left, 2 down. Identify that as B prime. Come to D, 5 left, 2 down, D prime. C, 5 left, 2 down, C prime. Now use a straight edge, connect your points, and you've translated the parallelogram. So now you have the image of a parallelogram that was translated 5 units to the left and 2 units down. Now let's look at some algebraic translations. If you're moving to the right, you will be adding to the x-coordinate. So you will take your original ordered pair xy and it will become x plus however many moves you're making to the right. Y will stay the same. Your left will be subtraction. Think of the coordinate plane. So xy, but it will be x minus whatever the number of moves they're asking you to make are, and y stays the same. If you're moving up or down, that's along the y-axis. So your x value will stay the same. You will add to your y if you're going up, while you will subtract from your y if you are going down. So let's look at an example. If they want us to write an algebraic expression that translates a figure 5 units to the left, left means I'm subtracting from x, and 3 units up, which means I'm adding to y. Please always begin with your original x, y value, put an arrow, and your new x minus y, y plus 3. 5 units left, subtraction, 3 units up, addition. Try number 2. Okay, hopefully you ended up with the same answer that I did. When you're writing an algebraic expression for translating a figure 4 units to the right and 6 units down, that means you are adding to your x value while subtracting from your y value. So xy goes to x plus 4 and y minus 6. Again, start with your original ordered pair, right arrow, parentheses your plus or minus with your x and y values. Sometimes you might not change your x or y value. Remember that. So let's look at the next one. Identify the algebraic expression below that would translate a figure 2 units right and 3 units down. So you can look at all the examples, but it's easiest if you would go ahead and write what that means. So if I'm moving right, I know that I am adding to x, so that should be x plus 2. While 3 units down means I'm subtracting from y, so that means y minus 3. So I'm going to come look at the options that I have, and I'm looking for x plus 2, and that's the only one that works. So I'm going to choose C. Try number 4 by yourself. Okay, hopefully when you read this one, you realized that 1 unit left was x minus 1, and 6 units up was y plus 6. So you looked for the answer choice that matched your work. Let's look at example number 5. Point A is located at 3, 6. The new location is translated 4 units left and 5 units up. So I know that 4 units left would be x minus 4, while 5 units up would be y plus 5. So this time, since we have coordinates, we're actually going to use numbers. So we're going to start with our 3, 6. That's a 6. And we're going to say, okay, so if x is 3, then it's 3 minus 4, and y is 6, so it's 6 plus 5. So I'm going to take these two coordinates, and 3 minus 4 is negative 1, while 6 plus 5 is 11. So my new coordinates would be at negative 1, 11. Okay, let's go over some questions. Does a translation affect orientation? Remember that that's direction. So when you slide, because a translation is a slide, is the orientation, the direction of the figure, going to be affected? And the answer would be no. The direction stays the same. So the next question asks, does a translation affect location? And explain. Well, yes, because the figure is sliding and it will be at new coordinates. And the final question, does a translation affect size? No, the size remains the same. A translation is simply a slide. Please refer to these notes when completing your assignment.